So we have here the Google 8 Pixel Pro phone. This phone is nothing short of amazing, boasting a unique design, powerful performance and innovative features that set it apart from the competition. Stunning photography to smooth multitasking, it delivers an exceptional user experience. The phone really feels like it's been my AI assistant in the month I've been using it. It felt slightly uncomfortable at times, especially when it could change your photos as much as this phone could. So we look at the design. The phone has a unique design. It feels great in the hands. It's absolutely superb quality, superb sort of finish to it and look to it. It comes with Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2 on both sides, a tough glossy front glass and a stunning back, which is a matte glass and it's an obsidian colour. The aluminium frame is finished in a dark sort of gunmetal colour, and that holds 3 lenses. You've got the 3 lenses, you've got a flash and you've got a temperature sensor as well. The fingerprint sensor is built into the screen and that is actually very responsive. And talking of fingerprints, I actually struggled greatly to get my fingerprints to sit on this at all. It won't go. No matter how much handling I've done of this phone throughout the day, there's not a mark on it. For the display of this phone, it's a 6.7-inch OLED screen, remarkable resolution of 1344 by 2992 pixels. There's vibrant colours, there's real deep black strip, and there's excellent visibility. Even in bright sunlight, you can see the screen with ease. There's also the feature where you can actually dim the display right down to go below normal settings, so you can sort of see it at night or in the dark or something with less strain on the eyes. The 120 Hz refresh rate enhances smoothness in the user interface, and especially for gaming, power conscious users can opt then to lower the resolution down to 1008 by 2244 pixels, and this will save on battery grid, and it doesn't really make a great deal of difference to the actual the look of the image. There's a slight reduction in resolution which you will notice if you look hard, but there's very little difference, and that will add a little bit extra to your battery. This phone is powered by the latest Google Tensor G3 processor. It has 12 gigabytes of RAM built in, and together they provide seamless multitasking between apps, effortless playing of games in the highest of resolution, photo editing, video editing. It all just happens very, very quickly and seamlessly. When I ran it on benchmarking software, the highest settings played smoothly through this, something that my old phone would have just stopped at, just wouldn't have been able to have done. So this really is a powerhouse of a machine. For storage, the phone, this model has 128 gigabyte of built-in storage. You can get 256, 512, and I believe you can get a 1 terabyte as well. I've got the 128 gigabyte, and I filled that up quite quickly. I've installed a bundle of apps. I act as the way I normally would, and it's filled the phone up fairly quickly. There's still some space, but not a great deal of space. The downside to this is you cannot add a SD card. There's no option to add an additional memory to it. What Google have done is they rely very much on the Google One cloud facility, and that's particularly of use when you come to editing photos and using a lot of the AI features for you to do things such as video boost. Your photo or your video will need to be uploaded to Google One, and that's then when you can edit it. So even though it's 128 gigabytes of RAM, when you combine that with Google One, you've got a reasonably good sort of setup. The only thing is with Google One you have to pay for it, so if you want to use all of the extra features of the AI software, particularly around photo and video editing, you'll need a Google One account. Google Pixel series of smartphones are renowned for camera capabilities. The Pixel 8 Pro continues that tradition of excellence when it comes to photography. This device features the triple lens rear camera system and the one camera at the front, the front-facing camera. On the back you've got a 50 megapixel wide, a 48 megapixel telephoto lens with 5 times optical zoom and a 48 megapixel ultra wide lens. low lighting performance from this camera is absolutely exceptional. I took a still photograph of a room where there was very little light in there, and it just turned that into a photo that almost looked like daylight. It seemed to extract all the colours and produce a reasonably impressive photograph. The video boost is a feature they've added in December upgrade of the phone, and you record the video, you upload that to Google One, and then it carries out some video boosting, and eventually the video is available for you to watch, and that does a remarkable job again of adding brightness and light to the phone. It's a video recorded. The inclusion of the advanced camera features and mind-blowing AI really does enhance the overall photography experience of this phone. The other editing options are where you can take a photograph and you can cut someone out, cut something out, you can erase them, you can move them, you can resize them within the photos. On this phone, I found the video stabilization was the absolute best I've ever seen. It is remarkable that you can move with some shake from one item to another, from one object to another, walking, running, and it just smooths it all out, and it does it quickly, and it's really effective in doing that. So for software, running on Android 14 with Google's signature clean and intuitive user interface, Pixel 8 Pro ensures a smooth and a user-friendly software experience. Google have really pushed the boat out here because they've given you 7 years of updates with this phone. One of the fascinating things about this is it will summarize audio recording. It will take an audio recording, it will transcribe it for you, and then it will summarize it for you. It will separate out the speakers in its recordings, and it's fairly accurate. Audio recording is crisp and clear. It's got song recognition, so you just have the phone sat down. If there's some music playing in the background, it will list the songs that are playing, and you can go back through the history and see other songs that have played. The phone will also summarize a web page for you, but that feature's not come to the UK version of this phone just yet. It will come in a subsequent update. Then there's screening of telephone calls. So if someone phones you, you'll see the telephone come up and you'll have the option there to screen the call. You click screen the call and you get a Google announcement that this call is being transcribed, and asking then the caller to leave their name and the reason for their call. It works. If someone generally wanted to speak to you, they would leave a message and you can see the conversation happening, so you can interrupt at any point in time to answer that call. The battery life on this Pixel 8 Pro is very good. I've used it constantly. I've accessed it, messages, video, social media, emailing, photographs, a little bit of video editing. I've gone through all of it from a full day, from early morning to late at night, and I'll still have about 30, 40, sometimes even 50% of battery power left. The 50 milliamp hour battery combined with efficient power management does ensure that you can rely on this phone. One great option about this for charging is if you set an alarm, for example for 8 o'clock in the morning, and you put this on charge the night before, it knows you've set that alarm for 8 o'clock, and what it will do is it will actually slow down the charging to this phone so that it doesn't overcharge and it doesn't do any unnecessary damage to the battery. So it will charge it so that it is fully charged in time for you to wake up to the alarm. I've actually woken up a couple of hours earlier and found that it was fully charged, so it doesn't pace it out right up to the minute, but it slows down the charging period, obviously until it's fully charged, but it does manage the charging to keep the battery life going for as long as possible. This phone's got 5G, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 5.3, GPS, NFC, USB Type-C 3.2. Together as a package, that gives you all the connectivity you will need. So overall, the Google Pixel 8 Pro is an exceptional device with minimal drawbacks. This is pretty much the best out there, and the good thing is that it will not only last for years as a piece of hardware, but with the updates, it will maintain its relevance and its ability to work with what's out there by way of social media, by way of apps you would access and so on. This will keep working for many, many years to come. And as Google updates it, you get the extra features. It's a definite recommendation from me. If you can afford it, go out and get one.